Amy.
Hey, Jack.
I'm gay.
Oh my god, that is so funny. I'm also gay. I was going to tell you.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
And you're listening to Dating Straight. Hi, Amy.
Hi, Jack.
Hi, Hannah.
Hey, Hannah.
Hi, Jack and Amy.
What's up?
I feel like we're a throuple.
Oh.
Aw, I
love
love
it.
that.
How did you get there? How'd reach
You
that
skipped a couple
conclusion?
steps.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel good vibes, and I feel like we're in a corner office, and we're just like a CEO of our thrupleness. And
Throuple?
Yeah, sorry, I say throuple sometimes. It's confusing, you guys.
Yeah.
Like, do you say couple?
Yeah.
Okay, Hannah, please tell the people, who are you?
Oh, so I'm a sketchy New Yorker. Came all the way to LA to see Amy and Jack.
Mhm.
I'm on Bravo Summer House.
Ooh, big
I hope you guys are watching.
I am.
Oh, I love you. And I'm a stand-up comedian. I have shows coming up in like San Francisco, Texas, whatever. Go to hannahberner.com. Wisconsin, New York, Connecticut, whatever. Well, I'll promote later. Bridgeport, New Jersey. And I also have a podcast called Burning in Hell that Amy was on, and she was incredible on it. You should watch the episode, Burning in Hell.
Yes.
We talked about her demons and, of course, her cat butter, because I have a cat butter, and things haven't been the same once we realized that.
I know. Now I just feel like so unoriginal. So,
I look at my cat and I'm like, Amy's butter is up already
well,
doing chores.
there she is.
She's stunning.
She is
9
very
to 5.
beautiful.
She didn't throw up on your bed this morning.
She
so.
didn't. I'm so thankful.
I know. I love cats.
Me too. If you're watching on YouTube, joke's on you. You're missing the pre-show that is audio only.
Yeah.
So-
where Hannah kind of already told us part of her catch up, I feel like.
Yeah, I think so too.
Which is really interesting.
Yeah.
But before that, okay.
You guys are teases.
Yeah, we're trying to get
You're naughty
we're
teasing.
hustling.
We're hustling. Okay. Rate, subscribe, review. If you were writing a 5-star review, because you would,
Oh my god.
what would it be?
It would be the chemistry and sexual tension in this corner office is incredible.
Wow. Never heard that before. But
5
good.
stars.
All right, write it in the review.
Yeah.
Also check out our Patreon, patreon.com/datingstraight. Get exclusive content like an extra episode every month and other things.
Yes.
Catch up.
Ketchup. Okay. So my catch-up is my mental health is rapidly declining.
I love how happy you said that.
Well, I don't know what's going on. I started therapy 2 months ago, and you gotta like really rake up a bunch of old business that I have put away,
Yeah.
you know? But it's back, and so I'm like losing my goddamn mind.
It's like you got to deal with it before you got to go through it.
Yes, yes.
To get to the other side.
Are you in therapy?
I was in therapy for like a solid year and a half. And then I feel like therapy is like the gym. Like if you do the same thing for too long, you need to switch it up.
Okay.
And it felt like it was like I was having a coach and now I want a chance to do it on my own. But I definitely should go back to therapy. I need to go. I need to
It's like when you stop going to the gym and then you're like, I definitely should go back to the gym.
like you left because you're like, I need a new routine. And that new routine means go back to the gym.
Yeah.
But it was after a bad breakup, and I realized like it's never about the guy or the girl. It's about like your own stuff.
Your trauma.
It's about the therapist. So I had to like deal with my shit to like really get out of the breakup and like set myself up in the future for stuff, and it was great. But sometimes you have to hit rock bottom. They have to break you down.
I know, she's breaking me.
So you're just getting in the breaking
Your
phase.
therapist?
It's
Yes,
okay.
she's breaking me.
Oh, cool.
She's like, "What's up, piece of shit?"
Kinda. And I'm like, I don't know. Oh,
She's
God.
like, "I know why your dad doesn't love you," and you're like, "Okay."
Oh my God.
I'm like, that's actually good information to know. Please
But I'm
tell
proud of
me.
you for going to therapy.
Thank you.
It's hard. It is work. That's why it's easy. It's hard to break up with them because they're like, you need me.
With your therapist?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
People don't talk about that. It's hard to find one. It's hard to break up with one. And yeah, I think it's an important.
Started as well.
Oh my God.
I did
It's like
just start
2
therapy.
weeks
I
in.
had my 3rd session 2 days ago.
How was it?
It was good. I don't know if I have like as many traumas as you have, frankly.
Well.
Like that's not even shade or tea. Like
No,
that's
it's just like
truth.
facts. Yeah.
But I feel good about it. I feel like
Where'd you find your
tools.
Where'd you guys find your
Broken?
therapists?
I go to the same therapist as two of my friends.
And they love them.
And they love her, yeah. And I understand why.
Do you
I
ever
love her
feel
too.
though that like they might talk shit about you?
No, I don't have friends in my life like that.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But like like if your friend gets in a fight with you and they could be like, sometimes Hannah can be so fucking annoying. Okay, that's just my friends.
Tell that to your therapist though?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I have bigger fish to fry.
Oh yeah. I think what happens though is once you work on and she understands where you're coming from, then sometimes you'll have just like the weekly catch up. Like
Yeah.
we're doing
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
where I'll be like, oh, well, so and so did this or so and so. There's always like someone that your therapist knows about in your life who or also you might just be projecting your shit onto them. Definitely like people you're dating. I think my therapist
Well,
knows
that's good
about.
because I don't date. So.
Honestly, neither do I right now.
Oh.
Let's talk about it.
Very
I love how that's the new thing to do. They're like, you don't date? I'm so happy you're on this podcast.
Pause.
Thank you, Brooklinen, for sponsoring this episode of the podcast.
There are a lot of great ways to start off your day. I personally start off my day by putting in my Rogaine every morning.
I start off my day by making a cup of coffee and getting back into bed because you know what? It's comfy.
Yeah, but a great way to start your morning after you do that is to make your bed. But what's even better than that
Staying in bed.
are the sheets that are on your bed.
Yeah. Honestly, I just got my Brooklinen sheets and I've been sleeping with them for 2 nights and it is so comfy. It's like so like aerated, keeps me cool but not cold.
Yes.
I'm just very, very comfy. And I've been sleeping in like a monster. Maybe that's why, because I've been sleeping so well.
I know my last time that we had this brand deal, I spoke about giving these sheets to Frenchie. Since I've gotten dumped, it's the best dump ever.
Honestly.
Because now I get my sheets back.
Wow.
So
Wow. Honestly, that is kind of fate, huh? Imagine you had given away your Brooklinen sheets.
I would never, because they're high quality sheets at a low price.
Yes.
So yeah, you guys should check Brooklinen out because they have a variety of sheets, colors, patterns, materials for all of your lounging needs.
It's brought new life and feeling into my space. It really has. Like, it's so bright and so good.
So vibey.
So vibey.
And yeah, there's lots to love. There are bundle sheets and bedding things so you can save bigger. Includes your duvet, includes your sheets, and includes your pillowcases. There's a lot of different ways that you can make your bed perfect for you.
Oh, yeah. There's a variety of sheets, color patterns, and materials for all of your lounging needs.
Just said that.
You did?
There are over 50,000 5-star reviews and counting, and you've got 2 more of them right here.
Yeah. Honestly, I do give it a 5-star. 5 out of 5.
So, Brooklinen sheets are the perfect place to start making your mornings great. Brooklinen is so confident in their products that all their bedding comes with a lifetime warranty.
Lifetime. That's everything.
Get 10% off your first order and free shipping when you use promo code DATING only at brooklinen.com. That's Brooklinen, BROOKLINEN.com. Promo code DATING. And hey, New Yorkers, if you're listening, you can get the internet's favorite sheets and more in real life. Visit Brooklinen's first store in Brooklyn at 127 Kent Avenue in Williamsburg.
Brooklinen, everything you need to live your most comfortable life. And that's the tea.
Brooklinen.
Thank you.
Tell us about dating.
Wait, so you're not dating Armand?
Oh my gosh.
He wants to keep it casual.
Wait,
Oh my gosh.
He's on Summer House. No Armand, no Luke.
Well, Luke and I actually, we have something going on that I don't want to give away.
Oh.
Okay.
But I do want to talk about just in general, like this time, I feel like as like an athlete, I was like a former tennis player and like I'm a type A person. I always liked having a guy for my ego. Like it made me feel good when I was young. Like it was a game. Like, okay, I'm doing well in school. I'm doing well in tennis. I'm doing well with my love life. I have a cute boy. And it was kind of like, I wasn't really being vulnerable. I just liked having like a tall, hot man who like, it was never right.
That's the point.
and like I've dated 20 to 27. I think I've had like 3 or 4 boyfriends. Like I'm kind of like after a year I get another one, but I'm like a monogamous person. I don't like random hookups because I'm like I need to have like feelings to enjoy it.
Sure.
Like I get joy from like someone wanting me as a human, not just like sexually. Like, and straight men will fuck anything. It's not a compliment.
Damn.
They want
Gay
to
men
fuck
will
you.
too.
Gay men will
I
too.
think men.
I am so lucky. I stay lucky.
Oh, jealous. So I, at this point with my career where I started to feel just like so inspired with creating, I'm like, I have my podcast and I want to create stand-up, and I'm doing that at night. And I realized I kind of was just addicted to like having someone I was talking to. And because I naturally like to be monogamous, someone I like just wanted attention from, I'd end up like dating for a couple months and it wouldn't be right. And then if it's really the wrong person, you end up in therapy. Because like they take up real estate in your brain. If they're toxic, you have that toxicity in your brain. People can
Gotta cut it out.
cut that fat.
Frontal lobe.
What?
Hypogladamus.
A lot of things being said.
You just sounded really smart. So I recently had a very stupid breakup. And there was like this tall guy who was 6'8". And
Whoa.
I know. I love like really large men to make
really
me
tall.
feel like a dainty little flowery angel, which I'm not. And it was one of those things. I got this joke that I've been working on basically where like white straight men need help right now. You know, like there's fewer opportunities than ever since they realized women are smarter than them, and they and like they're struggling, and like my charity is I will sleep with them. And but how my mom like hates my taste in men, so I'll like kind of lie to her and she'll be like, who are you seeing now? And I'm like, actually a guy with a mansion and he's an entrepreneur. And she's like, tell me more. And I'm like, I don't like your tone, but I'll tell you. And I'm like, he lives in a mansion. It's in Connecticut. And it's his parents' mansion. And it's a basement. And he is an entrepreneur. He's a botanist. He sells weed. He's a weed dealer. He actually just smokes weed. But like I came from this guy that I was dating who was like in the comedy scene. He's not like, he's a good joke. I don't know. He's
not Armand.
Not Armand.
Okay.
And then you're like, how is Armand?
I know. I'm like, tell me. Like,
and
I'm
I want your
watching this
opinion on
morning.
it too. I want your opinion on it too.
Okay.
But this guy, he like lives with his parents. I found out he lives with his parents in Connecticut.
How old is he?
He's like 30. And I was like, but he was like so cute. And I was in this like sugar mama place where I was like, I'm doing well. I just want a guy who's cute, who like is obsessed with me.
But also that's very far away from where you live.
Yeah, but I guess he like goes to the city, and like I have a studio, like he could stay there. But I wasn't like thinking of it seriously. Like I literally was like, I'm gonna try to be like, just have a guy who hooks up with me. But I want him to like me. Like I want him to like me, but I don't. Whatever.
Yeah.
She's looking at me like, this is problematic, and I'm like, I know. So we like hook up a couple times, and I'm also, when you're so. I was a little much. I think like I would just make fun of him all the time, and I would just and you just show that. That's like how I show affection though. But I was a lot, and I felt like I was like he's whatever. He calls me 2 weeks later and he's like, hey, I think we should see other people. And I'm like, what? Like I was doing you a favor. Like, when you think that? I'm like, of course I'm seeing other people. Also, I think he knew that I wasn't that into him, and he like got ahead of it. And then my dad was like, so literally a homeless dude broke up with you. And I'm like, Dad, leave me alone. But it like helped my comedy. But after that, I was actually kind of pissed. Like I was like, how are you like getting upset about this? And it was taking up, when it takes up real estate in your brain.
Yourself for being upset about it.
Yeah, and I was mad that like I didn't see what maybe he saw, because I was kind of like, oh, this is good.
But it sounds like you did see what he saw.
I did, but I still wanted it.
Okay.
I play myself on a daily basis. I love to play games with my own head and lose. So I was like, you know what? And I was, instead of doing work, you're like kind of in a fog. And I had those like 2 or 3 days post breakup, as people know, could be years. But this was just a quickie. And I was like, I'm sick of just dating guys to get attention. And I'm not going to just go on Hinge or like go on somewhere.
Exactly. To get attention.
To just get attention. I need attention from in other ways. Oh my God, you're so right. But it's like I would just find the next guy that would like give me attention, like, and then it would waste another 6 months of my life. I was like, you know what? It was like a drug. I had to wait like a month, and at first you're itching, you're like, I want someone to text me, and then you're like, okay. And finally I was like, wake up in the morning, it was so nice I loved having a crush, but it was nice to just not have a crush, because it's like, don't force something on someone who isn't crushing and like make them crush on you, because also straight guys, you can trick them real easy.
Wait, teach me, how do you trick men? I would love to know.
You just kind of be mean and giggle after. That's what I do.
Try it.
Because then it just makes...
I think they also like you because you're just like so one of the boys, just like so sporty. Like I'll beat you in every game.
But that's why I do think I end up like getting quickly in relationships because I like having a best friend where I'm like, oh, let's do stuff together. I'm not here to just be your like pretty side chick.
Yeah.
Or sidekick.
Like, no offense. What's her name?
Which one?
The one that you said that you're friends with? What's her name?
On which show?
On Summer House.
Oh my God.
Dang.
Well, Lindsay is...
No, not Lindsay.
No, not Lindsay.
No.
Paige?
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is Paige is an interesting place because I think Paige always wanted to be like marry a really rich dude.
Wants to be a housewife.
Kind of a housewife. And just like, she's so aesthetically beautiful and perfect in every way. And I think that she found the guy. And she's dealing with some tension because she didn't realize like how much she loves like being an entrepreneur and her own stuff going on.
She can do that and have a guy.
Yeah, but there is, as you can tell, like Perry didn't want to film this season, and it's not like helping her season.
Huh. Yeah, she wasn't even on this episode.
I know, and it was fucking weird not to have her because she's my like she's my poop buddy. I want to know your opinion, because you don't get fazed by looks.
No.
And I know you only see what you see, but you saw Armand and Luke. Mm-hmm. What are your opinions?
Okay, I think that Luke is like too much, and I think that he's doing it because you're so not interested. So I feel like that's just already a bad dynamic to have. You have so much control over him.
You're wise.
And then Armand is like, well, he said to Lindsay that you were just casual, and I don't even know if he meant it, but
yeah. What's funny is he didn't use the word casual.
What was the word he used?
She basically was like putting him on the spot. Also, that was the first time he ever filmed.
Yeah.
Like imagine you're dating someone, you walk in a party and 4 cameras are around you and Lindsay is like, what's the deal?
If Lindsay starts talking to me at all, I'm gonna have to cry and run away.
Oh my God. You have to come to one of the summer house parties.
I would love to.
That would be the observing of the...
I know. I'd be completely sober just like watching this chaos. Like, what the fuck?
Or people like black out because they get anxious and they have sex on my bed.
I saw that. That's
they were like really blacked out.
That is
but I think Armand was more like trying to be private about it, and he was kind of like, yeah, I care about her, but we're just hanging out. Like we don't want to force it. And he's saying we're hanging out.
Yeah,
that's so different than being like it's casual.
Isn't it the same thing, kind of?
Well, the thing is with me and him is that he was one of those guys who I met through my friends. He was kind of working with me a little, like with podcasting and stuff. And once he was like, let's get coffee and like talk shop, and I like didn't want to leave. And like I always want to leave a social situation. You know?
Yeah, totally. I want to go home.
Yeah.
Like
it's
you didn't
fun,
want to.
And I just like loved his energy, and I was like, I had this epiphany. I was like, you go for the worst. Like society tells you to go for these like, you know, powerful, party, loud, rich, whatever men. And I'm like, they are the biggest narcissists. And I'm like, this is the kind of guy you need.
Yeah.
And I thought I was and we would like talk on the phone all the time. And I was staying at his place and he was staying at mine all the time. And that's the thing. Like, I know it was kind of new and we didn't make anything official, but we were very emotionally close.
Yeah.
That's why when I first saw Luke, I was like, this universe testing me. Classic old kind of dude I would go for, but I have a special someone. Aww. But then like I couldn't help myself.
No, but also like you weren't monogamous with
I wasn't.
So if he wanted that, if he didn't want you to go out with Luke, then he should have said something.
And I think you're 100% right. And I think I did make it seem a little more like I was waiting for him than I wanted it to be. I wasn't really waiting for him. It was kind of a mutual, like, we wanted to see where it was going. And I like when someone is like, I want you to be mine. And I want to be like, yeah.
Yeah, everyone wants that.
And I think he was just like holding back a little. And I was like, look, I don't want to wait around for someone at all.
Is that what happened?
Well, I'm going to go on a date with Luke next episode, and things kind of change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I wanted to give you the background on the Armand, because people see him for like a second and they make all these assumptions and stuff.
No, I mean, I know that you're not stupid. Like, I know that.
Well, I mean,
there's obviously like much more to this like 5-minute clip than.
And also, I do love shy, grumpy men.
Yeah.
It's like I think it's because I love cats. Like I like a person that isn't nice to anyone else, but like I can corner them and like try to make them laugh. And when they do, I'm like, and I feel special. Like I love a shy, grumpy man, and that's why like Luke is fun and all, but Armand was a little more like what I gravitate towards. Like think of my personality. I don't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, so you can't have two of that.
Oh God. It's
Yeah.
like the air, the oxygen in the room is just like fighting for its life.
Well, Jack also really wants a shy man. Or like a non-Instagram
Yeah, I want a
man.
smart man.
Oh.
Ooh, what's that called when
talking
you're
about
just
that with
attracted to
therapist.
people's like brains?
That. What you just said. No, I want him to be hot and smart. Why
You
not?
need smart.
I didn't say shy doesn't mean not hot.
No, I didn't say that either.
Oh. I'm in the market for a shy woman. I guess I'm not. I don't want anyone.
So are you newly not dating? Or this is
No, it's been happening the whole time we've had this podcast.
I have a dating podcast where I don't date.
I went on one date and then I spoke about it for like literally 5 episodes and then that was it.
Well,
It's
dating
over.
is so good for content, but it's so emotionally draining.
I'm just not in them. I'm just not there.
But I also think you're right. Like you explained why. You're breaking down your barriers right now. You're raw and your wounds are open.
No. Gotta close those babies back up.
No, you gotta let him breathe.
Yeah, okay.
Oxygen,
Breathe.
baby.
Yeah. Let them heal. How about that?
Get some Neosporin on there. Okay, I have a question that I want to know because I have applied for Survivor 3 times. How do you get on reality TV?
Oh my God, Survivor, you're a maniac.
And what about it? I just wrote on my notes app my 4th audition, like the vibe that I want to shoot for my 4th audition.
Survivor's like, it's serious stuff. Like it's like if Summer House was like one day, just there was no food and we had to.
And no house.
Yeah. and wild animals.
Yeah.
Well, we are all wild animals in that house. It's Psychoville. So what happened, I was working for this media company called Betches and I was creating content. And Summer House is very different than Survivor, so I don't know if this will help you. But it could help you get on a Bravo show. The thing with these shows is
Taking notes.
I like to say it's like Real World and meets Big Brother. I think what makes the show unique compared to other shows is we don't like go somewhere to shoot a scene. It's like we're there on the weekend and then there's just cameras there 24/7.
Yeah.
The hidden cameras capture everything. The best stuff is like late night when
I would hate that.
like sleeping. It's like you just see a red dot and you're just like,
Oh my God.
And
Forget.
you kind of do, or you kind of just
They like
get
all
in his
bone.
zone.
I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Don't
I
bone right now.
I
There's a camera.
boned in the bathroom and turned the shower on the July 4th party because I didn't want anyone to hear me, and somehow they still caught audio.
Oh my
They're
God.
fucking geniuses.
Damn.
But anyway, I actually interviewed Carl Radke and Stephen McGee, who used to be on Summer House, when I worked at Betches, and I was like, never watch a show. I was like making fun of them for being on reality TV, per usual. The universe was like, so then I also like had kind of known, I'd seen Lindsay around town. Like we were kind of in this, because Betches writes about reality TV a lot. So we'd be at some like press events and stuff. And I guess they were doing a big recast and they wanted people who authentically like hung with the cast or knew the cast. Like they didn't want to just bring a rando. Because also it's hard. Like think of your friend group. If they just brought a random person in, then they were like, be involved in the drama. Like you don't have the same
Drama.
Yeah. So I ended up getting a message and they were like, your name's being thrown around and are you interested? And what I loved about the show was that they would show your work during the week. Which turns in it's mostly just me fucking and fighting on the weekends. But like you're gonna see my podcast this season. I think you're gonna see some stand up and I'm interested to see how that kind of helps me in my own like creative endeavors.
Yeah.
But also I liked going on it because I like how I turned this question into another thing, but I liked going on it because I feel like so many people go on TV to like, not Survivor, but other shows to be like, look at me, I'm on TV, I'm fucking amazing, I'm aspirational. And I wanted to kind of be like, I'm on TV and like, I deal with anxiety, I deal with depression. Like I realize it's about actually embracing your mistakes and showing that you have vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
So I wanted to show that like women could be strong and sporty and like funny and whatever, and even though I was not feminine last season, I was like I don't give a fuck how I present myself. can.
Who called you not feminine?
Lindsay.
Lindsay, shut up.
No, but we talked
But
about
also,
it.
you never asked. Like,
I know.
Yeah.
We talked about it, and I'm not like living in the past. I just think it was a good learning experience for people to be like, just because you don't present yourself like the stereotypical reality TV person who's like all made up all the time, like super, super feminine, does not mean that you are not like a woman.
yeah, no. Well, you're like easily the most likable one on this show.
God, thank you.
And I'm sure everyone tells you that because it's like very obvious, I feel.
I have a joke because people are like, you are the most relatable. You're the most likable. I'm like, are you guys calling me ugly? I'm the ugliest one on the
You're
show.
just like the most authentic one.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
feel.
I feel like if I did this before I did therapy, I think I would have been so much more insecure and like trying way too hard. And I feel like because I did therapy, I learned like life is literally about just like not being depressed. And this is just like a fun adventure I'm on.
Yeah.
And like the only thing that's ever hurt me in life is trying to be a perfectionist. That's the only thing that holds me back. So I just was like, get on the show. You can't control anything that happens from the people around you to the edit
sucks.
to the reactions of people. And so when I go, I'm just like, fuck it. I feel like this season I was a lot more outgoing. I was scared shitless. My season 3. This is season 4.
Okay.
Season 3, I was like
I couldn't tell.
a little
I couldn't
more
tell a difference.
eggshell. Okay.
Yeah.
I just will like, I wasn't afraid to like yell at people this season.
I haven't seen you yell at anyone yet.
Actually, you're right. I haven't yelled at anyone. I did it in my head, actually.
Oh, okay.
They
yeah.
joke about me on the show. I'll be like, when I fucking see her, I'm going to fucking tell her.
like, "Hi."
And then I see her and I'm like, okay, sorry.
I know, you're just like the least dramatic. You're just playing tennis, getting drunk, sitting in the hot tub.
We got tennis saved me a couple times because you're going to see there's some huge blow up fights that I like didn't have to be involved in because I happened to be playing tennis. And I was like, thank God, because I would have been like torn apart if I was involved in it.
No.
But it's true. Like you want to be involved in the drama, but some drama you're like, I don't want to touch this. It's dirty. It's messy. It's muddy.
No. Do you ever see something on TV like, okay, so you're wasted. You're at a party. And then you watch it on TV and you're like, oh, I don't remember that. Like, that's so embarrassing. Does that ever happen?
In interviews, they were like, okay, so you pulled out your boob right after FaceTiming Armand to show Luke. And I was like, what? And I was like, you're joking. And they were like, why did you do that? And I'm like, so I did it. And like, you remember like, I would like pull out my boob and like,
Sure.
you do that. You don't think like, it's not conscious, like, okay, this is my plan for the day. So there are some moments like, I'll remember it after they say it, but I wasn't like going to sleep at night. Like, I hope they don't show the boob part.
Yeah.
I'll see some things on TV. What's hilarious is the parties, like you talk to everyone, you do your thing, but like I want to go in the pool, but they have to take your mic off. And it's literally like summer camp, and I have jumped in the pool with my mic on. They're like thousands of dollars, and the audio guy didn't talk to me for like 10 months. And they're like, Hannah? And I'm like, yes. Like we're hammered. And they're like, do you want to go in the pool? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, you have to take your mic off. And I'm like, okay. They take my mic off.
Isn't it good to take your mic off though? It's
the
like, get it
best.
off.
Then I
I've
jump.
been in the pool 24 hours.
Well, that's
been in the
why
pool.
you'll see. Like I've been in the pool because my makeup then is everywhere. Like I had a scene with Paige when she was like crying, and I was so drunk.
Yeah.
She was basically like, I feel like I have to be perfect all the time, and I'm like, when you're trying to focus, you're just like trying to focus, and people were like, why is Hannah smiling while Paige is crying? Like I just was like trying. I just you're like drunk face. You were just like. Yeah.
We'll keep it together.
And like, no, I'm like, can someone just tell me there's mascara all over my face? And like, one eye is like, doesn't know what it's doing. I could tell. And me and Luke had that flirting scene in the hot tub. Luke is so like, I was so attracted to him, but like at that time I wasn't emotionally attracted to him. And everyone's like, how do you have so much self-control? Like when I'm not emotionally attracted, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But I still can acknowledge like a hot guy or like a hot girl. So he was like, come out with us. And I'm like lying in the hot tub alone. Blackout. And I'm like just peeing in the hot tub. And it's like, when would you get out of this hot tub? And I was like, I don't leave in the hot tub. You could go. And everyone's like, how do you have self-control? I'm like, have you ever been in a hot tub alone in your own pee, hammered? You're not going anywhere.
There's no better place.
Oh, I love hot tubs. I would literally do anything I could do to get in the hot tub. Because I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Like, we don't have pools. We don't have hot tubs. When someone had a pool, I was like, I'm your new best friend, even though you're a terrible person. Like, I will hang out with you every weekend.
Wow. Okay, so you said that you might well, you didn't say this,
Yeah.
but I heard it as you might want to move to LA. That's what I heard.
Okay, so I grew up in New York City. I've only been to LA twice, and all I know is like
Is this the second time?
this is the second time.
Okay.
I went to Santa Monica once, which I guess counts. This is my third time.
Sure.
But like very short intervals
Yeah.
with my parents. This is the first time I'm here alone, and I've just been like a free
That
bird.
counts.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's a different energy because you could like
Party.
do what you want. Yeah, I know, and or just go to sleep early. And I'm 28. Things change.
Go in a hot tub.
Oh my god, I need to find a good hot
you could
tub.
you could get one in
Yeah.
LA, right?
Yeah, you could.
And then
find
you
it.
could join the cast of Vanderpump Rules.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm pretty good friends with some of them now.
Yeah.
But they have like really aggressive drama. But I make fun of LA. I'm working on this bet, but I basically was like, when people are stressed out in LA, they're like, oh my God, just like go for a hike. That's what I do. Just like go hiking. And I'm like, I'm from New York City. The last thing I want to do is do manual labor up a mountain to be alone with my own thoughts.
No,
Yeah.
it's bedtime.
Like I'll fucking jump. I don't give a shit.
I don't know. Hiking kind of does help a little with stress. I'll say it.
See, like it's kind of thing. I love to shit on things, and then like I'll try it and be like, I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Like
I
I'm
feel like
I'm
you would
0
love
or
that.
100. I know.
Yeah.
If I could walk my cats up, oh my God, and they could play with like the little leaves and bugs and stuff.
That's everything I want.
Bugs.
That is
Well,
everything I want.
your cats are still not doing the leash. They're not about it.
Well, one cat I took on a leash to like my friend's backyard, and he honestly loved it.
And then he was fine after. Like he wasn't like traumatized for life.
No, he wants to go back. He's like desperate to go back.
That's
So-
also the bad thing because now they're like, there's a bigger life outside.
I know.
They're like, stop holding me back, mom.
I know that's like literally the only reason I want a house with a backyard, so that I can
Keep working, bitch. You can
let
do it.
free.
You can do it.
I mean, I can't now, but eventually, hopefully.
But I do think, yeah, New York is so different, and the lifestyle. I also went during the holiday, like during Christmas, and it was a ghost town, and I was like, this place is fucking like sad and
Oh,
weird.
you came here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just thought it was sad and weird, and like I was like, this is where everyone's dreams die. Like I don't like this at all. And now I'm here.
true.
I could barely get an Uber this morning.
Wait, where
I
where
was
are you
at-
coming from?
I am doing well. I'm staying at the Ramada Inn,
Oh.
and in WeHo.
Ooh.
It's not a new. But it was. I wanted to make money on this trip, and they and the Ubers kept fucking cancel. It was like 12 minutes away, and then I cancel, and then I get another one's 8 minutes away, and they cancel, and that happened for like 10 minutes, and I was like, I need to text someone because I'm
Well,
scared.
that's why you have to get a car.
I
Do you
I'm-
drive?
I have an expired license.
Questionable.
I can barely drive. That's the one thing too. I can't drive.
Well, that's kind of perfect, right? I feel like everyone in LA
I could like
can't
scoot
really drive.
around. Yeah, they drive, but they can't actually
Yeah,
drive.
yeah. It's like you just do your best.
I was getting an acai bowl yesterday, as one does.
Yeah.
They go to
Oh my
LA.
god, you fit in like so
Well, I also love the healthy aspect of it.
yeah.
And New York, it's so easy to get depressed when it's winter right now. Like I don't leave my bedroom some days. Sorry,
Okay.
that was really sad.
Yeah.
But like I work from bed.
hear
I
that.
get seamless. Yeah, I know. I think you guys have a good balance of like you can party and like do all these fun outdoorsy things, but you can also like be alone when you want to.
In my big ass apartment compared to yours, probably.
Honestly, that was fucking mean.
I can really stretch out.
That was rude. Because you're right.
Laps.
Yeah.
I know. You do a whole Barry's boot camp. But I feel like, oh yeah, so I was sitting next to these girls and they were talking and I was like, I have to listen to this conversation. Didn't imagine it would be as great as it turned out to be. The girl was basically like, so I got 100,000 followers in a day. Do you want to hear how I did it?
Yeah,
The girl,
go.
I feel like
Yeah,
the girl was like, the other girl was not from LA or like from New York or something. Cause she was like, what, okay. And the girl was like, look, Kylie Jenner had this giveaway thing where she was like, follow everyone who's Scott Disick's following and you could win this. And I remember that post.
What?
Like I remember she posted something, it was weird, and he was following like 150 people. And the girl was like, basically got 100,000 followers in 3 days. It was crazy.
Because she followed everyone that Scott Disick
No,
followed.
Scott Ellis.
So Scott Disick
follows her.
followed people who paid for this giveaway, and then the way they did it was that. And the friend was like, is it weird? Like, are people like, that's weird that you did that?
Yeah.
And she's like, honestly, there's some haters because they are like, some people are real and they're like, how'd you do it? And I tell them, like, I respect that.
Yeah.
But like, some people are just like judgy, but like, I'm love, I'm light, I'm like not afraid to ruffle feathers. And like, I need to give that energy to more people in my
Yeah.
life.
Honestly, yeah.
And the girl was like, okay, how much did you pay? And she's like, 18,000.
No.
And she's like, some of them are going to drop off, but like
Oh,
All
a lot
of them are
them,
gonna
I
drop
bet
off.
None
And
of
then
them are
not
gonna
even-
like the photos.
And they're
No
probably all
engagement.
bots as well, right?
apparently there's it's supposed to be real, but because they're real, they will unfollow you.
Totally.
And they won't like your shit.
Yeah.
So like it was so fascinating. And then they were just talking about like how they only liked being friends with Pisces girls, and they talked about that for like 10 minutes. And then
Points were made.
I finished. I know. Shade was thrown, and it was so perfect. And I posted about it on Instagram, but I liked it. It was like and then like, yeah.
I would like to see you on Vanderpump Rules.
Oh my God.
Who would you? Well, they're all like coupled up at this point.
So I love Bo. I've
Yes.
because Stassi's best friends with one of my friends.
Sure.
And we met up. I know, yeah, we met up, and Stassi's like busy doing like important things.
Yeah.
And me and Bo were just like kind of hanging, and they filmed with us on Summer House season 3.
Oh,
Did you watch?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, they came
I saw
over.
that.
Jackson, Brittany, I've met, Tom Sandoval and Katie. I guess I've met all of them. I love Lala.
I mean,
She is iconic.
that's an obvious.
I really love them all for different reasons, but I loved them because when I was going through my terrible breakup, this could be helpful for you.
Thank you. Yeah.
My terrible breakup.
Like I literally just forgot about it. You bitch.
Yeah, I'm zoning out, but
oh,
No, but do you know when you I just put myself in work when I was in a bad place mentally, and I'd work all day, and then I get home and you're like, fuck, I'm stuck with my own thoughts. And I would shut the light, get under the covers, turn on Vanderpump Rules from the beginning.
I do that.
And
Yeah,
it
you
literally,
do
I
that.
do that.
you feel lost like in their friend group and their
Yes.
life, and you're invested in it, and you just
and they
feel like
always
they're your
turn
friends.
out okay.
Yeah.
That's what I learned.
And
from it.
also they turn out okay because you're like, well, they're millionaires.
they're rich. That's what I was.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
You're like, they're doing great.
they have nothing to worry about.
So I did that. So then when I met Sheena for the first time, I was like, you helped me through my depression. She's like, what? She's like, you're weird, but okay. So I do, but their drama is like fucking like intense. Like when Kristen got smacked in the face.
When she fucked Jax, that was everything.
Oh my
that was my
God.
whole life. Like, oh my God, I was so
That was my
obsessed
whole
with that.
life.
When she cheated on Tom with Jax, I was like, girl, you can't do that. And she's still there.
She's changed so much. Like, you remember, like, there's
but she's exactly the same.
you're probably right.
Yeah.
Because I remember just being like, wow, Kristen's not a good person. And then being like, wow, Kristen is an amazing
Best.
person.
Yeah.
And I think this season, like, she's my favorite. Kristen.
Why?
Because like
she's terrible. She's doing what she did with Tom Sandoval with Kata.
oh, okay.
Like
You're
exactly the same.
you are way better at analyzing these things than me. I kind of like that she's kind of like having this breakup, and she's so vulnerable and like crying all the time.
But it's not a breakup. They're like still together.
Yeah. I just
I think it's bullshit.
Oh, I love that opinion. I do. I think everyone has levels of bullshit on the show, and everyone's trying not to be called out, and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what
Life.
like the whole like big drama with the pastor is right now. Like people who needs to be called out and and it's like
And
it's
then they
breaking
got-
a lot of fourth walls too, which is interesting.
Yeah. Then they just called up Lance Bass and they were like, hey.
And Lance Bass came with like butterflies and rainbows, and he's like, everything's okay now.
I know. But
Your
it's
savior
like not.
is here.
But
Yeah.
also the fact that Jackson and Brittany are getting married at all is a problem.
when I just wish that like in the energy of their wedding was less like we proved you all wrong and more like we're happy to do this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But they can't see that. Like Jax cheated on Brittany, basically said that he would like never marry her, etc. And then suddenly he was like, actually, I'm going to marry her and it's going to be amazing. And then they got married.
You get worried. You're like, is he doing this so America likes him again?
I would like him way more if he was like, you know what? Yeah, I fucked whatever the fuck her name was. Something. Faith, yes. Fucked Faith. I actually don't want to be with Brittany anymore. I'm going to do my own thing. Bye.
Do people watch Bravo on this? I hope they do.
On this podcast. Jack doesn't, and that's why he's like
Jack.
said nothing.
Jack.
I haven't watched Bravo since like old Project Runway.
Did you watch Millionaire Matchmaker back in the day?
No.
That was great.
I've seen,
That was
like,
before your time.
An episode.
Okay, that was before your time.
No, but that was around. That was definitely around. I just like
Jack's younger than
didn't
me.
care about dating back then, I think.
You're
'Cause I
adorable.
was-
What's your type?
Yeah.
My therapist asked me this.
Ooh.
My therapist was like, if in September, I'm having a vision that in September you're going to find someone. She was kidding. She was kidding.
Oh, okay.
But what would they look like? And I like couldn't figure it out. I said Jewish, but
I can figure.
Are you Jewish?
I'm like a quarter Jewish.
Same.
Hunky nerd is what Jack wants.
Yeah, hunky nerd is good.
Ooh.
Yeah, why not? Wait, but I want to talk about you and dating. Because you're on TV, it's cool.
Yeah.
But like, is it hard to date people on TV, or is it hard to date people off TV because they think that you're on TV?
It's
like
literally
being crazy?
complicated my dating life so much. I mean, dating is always complicated. Now I think this is the first time after being on for 2 seasons, I've gotten like a different kind of attention where now like I'll go on Hinge and there's like a good chance the guy will be like, oh, I know you from Summer House, or like repeat one of my tweets to me. And like, it turns me off because it's like, it's not, I want someone who I feel like is on equal playing field and he doesn't like know things about, or like just, it's okay if you know me, but like there's a way to go to about it that's not like annoying.
Yeah. I feel like everyone in New York would watch Summer House though. Cause it's like,
very
it's my
like,
life.
yeah.
And it's better that they say like, hey, I know you from Summer House, rather than acting like they don't and then going on a date with you and like accidentally saying something about Lindsay.
Oh my God, that would be so funny. But I've had weird dates where like, yeah, it's just, I don't even know how to go about it. Cause I've had a date once where like the guy was really cool. And then he's like, yeah, my friends watch a show and like they said I should kiss you. And I was like, are you like, what? And I just got like really, I just didn't like it. And I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
And I don't like dating feeling like people are gonna know everything you do. Yeah, and also that like their friends will know like what your dating situation. It's just because you don't have to worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then also if I start, let's say I film in June. If I start seeing someone like in April, I basically have to like tell them like, hey, like if we're still together in the summer, like I'm filming. So you might be on camera.
The weekends, and they don't have to go.
But then you could have a page situation where it's like I
feel like she should just put Perry, like leave him in New York, go on the weekends, hang out with your friends, and then on the weekdays.
It just like your story isn't as like exciting when you can't have like show your full feelings of what's going on in your life.
Sure.
Because like if
she's afraid that she'll get like kicked off next season.
I don't know. Honestly, I would lose my damn mind.
Got it.
I would like, I'll fight for her to death. Yeah. Because I'll be like, I'm not going in that house without her.
You wouldn't really do that though.
I think I would definitely fight for her.
Tell a producer like,
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be racist about it, but I'd be like, I need Paige. And that's how I feel. But yeah, dating is, it's weird now. It's weird. But I've learned, I just don't know what kind of guy I'm gonna be with. But I'm not that good at putting myself out there because I don't like going out that much. And I don't meeting people and like having the same like what's reality TV like, and like it gets like exhausting.
What we're doing right now?
No. This I love, but like, you know, when you're like on your social time and you like want to connect with a guy and he's just like asking about like what's like to have cameras.
Sure.
You're like, that's not what I want this to be.
Yeah. It's like so much more than that.
Yeah. So I just haven't met the right dude. Yeah.
Do you ever like cringe watching back your flings on TV?
Oh my God. I kind of like all the dudes I've brought on TV. I liked British Dave last season. He was great.
Whatever happened to him? Where is he?
He's in Australia actually.
Oh, good.
He was a very like worldly dude. He never wanted to really be in New York, and I kind of knew that. And even though we had a really great connection, I was like, he's like, come to London with me, and I'm like, I'm not gonna go with you. Yeah. But like, you're super cute and fun.
It's like, hit me up when you're back in the city.
He's like the most fun, spontaneous guy, and I'm like way more like focused and ritual oriented because I'm a cat. And he would just be like, come to Australia. And I'd be like, that sounds so fun if I were cooler, but I'm not. And I'm like, and I want to eat a bagel in the morning and then watch Vanderpump for 6 hours. So
you could do that in Australia. I used to do that.
True. Yeah. I know. That was
my life.
Oh my God,
they don't have internet down there.
But I also think like being single is a choice. And my biggest advice I could ever give anyone with dating is that if it's meant to be, you can't fuck it up. And I would try really hard in my past to like try to make something work with someone or think it didn't work out because I did something or something like that. And it's like, no, if it's meant to be, like, as long as you don't murder them or cheat on them, like, you can't fuck it up just by being you. And I also am so sick of conversations where my friends will be like, he didn't text me back, what do you think? Or like, what do you think of this text? It's like, if you're thinking that, he's not into you.
That's true.
And just stop, like, just stop with that. So I'm like at that point in my life where it's like, I just have no bullshit, but I think I'm getting to meet other guys who are also like in a no bullshit place. So hopefully I'll attract that energy. I also kind of feel like, this is so crazy to say, but I feel like the next guy I'm going to date, the next guy or the next two guys, like, I kind of want to settle down, or three or four or five.
The next two guys.
I just want to settle
With
down.
all of
Like, I'm
them.
there. I'm 28 right now, and like,
That's still so young.
it is so young. But I'm just like, I don't want to have another like divorce kind of relationship where I date a guy for 3 years and meet their family and all that stuff and then break up.
But you're
It
powerless.
happens.
Yeah.
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 It's not up to you.
Not true.
Powerless.
No, you're wrong. No,
Powerless. I'm
No, it's a
powerless.
commitment.
I
like,
love when you guys fight.
no,
the time.
I completely disagree. I think a lot of what dating is a commitment, and like,
Yeah, but you can't tell what they're gonna do.
of course, but like,
It's two
So you
people
are
mutually
powerless.
deciding they want to make it work.
yeah. So like, if you want to make it work, you can do your best. Like, it's not like you are powerless.
But she's saying you can do your best
lying.
and still be powerless.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Thank you.
Like, you can do your best.
I think you're 50%. You're not powerless. It's 50-50.
so. You're 50% of power, which is not full power.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. If you're full power, that's a bigger.
But if you're not full power, doesn't that make you powerless?
Ooh.
no, that makes you half power.
I like that. I like that. Someone on my team.
No, I agree with
Great.
both of you. But we're powerless, you know. I love your huge, massive water.
Thank you.
Almost gone.
Almost gone. I have to ration.
Oh,
This is
shame.
Scary.
Well, we're actually almost done. Should
Almost
we do
done.
some advice questions?
Yeah.
My lady?
Okay, so we usually ask for advice from people because they have crazy.
Like, what is
issues.
wrong with them? Yeah. Please read the first one for
Oh,
us.
of
if you could.
course. Hey, Amy and Jack. I'm from New Zealand and have been dating my girlfriend for nearly 2 years and love her to bits. I wish I could do a New Zealand accent. This would be so much
Jack,
more
can
fun.
you do
Amy.
it? I can't do a New Zealand accent.
I don't know what a New Zealand
Yeah.
accent even sounds like.
Not neither.
She's a medical professional and we're moving in to a shared flat together in 2 weeks' time.
Ooh.
I love how the writing is so not American. It's amazing. Like, she knows how to write. I have a feeling that she will move to Australia in the next 12 to 18 months as the pay is much better there, which is great for her. But I don't want to move for my own career opportunities. I'm worried I'll be hurt when she tells me she's immigrating. But equally, if we don't try moving in together now, we will never know if it could work out in the long run anyway. Would you pull the plug on something? I want to know how old she is. Would you pull the plug on something that you suspected might not work out, or would you go with it and see what happens? I guess I have nothing to lose except for less hurt if I get out sooner. Powerless.
Did they say how long they have been dating?
No.
No, for nearly 2 years.
Okay.
She loves
Okay.
her to bits. But also
Good to know.
Yeah, this is
Loves a bit.
interesting. She doesn't want to move for her own career opportunities.
Yeah.
Interesting. But she's also like, this is a hunch. I think
Yeah,
you have
don't
the
get out.
conversation.
Yeah, ask her if she's planning on moving.
Don't jump ship.
Right?
Don't jump ship.
Yeah.
Unless jump ship. I don't know. Well, if the pay is better in Australia, then go with her. Right?
But for her own career opportunities, she should stay here.
Well, there's career opportunities in every country. I'm being honest.
I think if it's giving her this much anxiety, it's something that I feel like talking to her might just calm her down. Because maybe this girl's having the same fears, her
Totally.
girlfriend, and they need to talk it out. And maybe she could help the girl find better opportunities in New Zealand. Like, again, I think if it's meant to be, you can't fuck it up. As in, if the girl ends up moving and they're really meant to be, their energies will find each other.
Oh, I don't believe in that.
Powerless. This episode should be called Powerless.
All right. Hey, Amy and Jack and Hannah. So basically, I'm a 20-year-old in college and I'm so single and still a virgin. I know I'm ready for something like a relationship or whatever, but I don't know if it's a fear of intimacy thing or what. I do have my fair share of suitors, but either I'm not attracted to them at all, or I do have feelings and I can tell they have them too, but they just don't pursue me. I see my friends in their relationships go on all go on Tinder dates, and they always tell me things that go wrong in them. I've never seen myself as a Tinder person. I just want to experience meeting someone in real life. In the age of online relationships, meeting your significant other online, how can I find a man in real life and not be a virgin anymore?
Grindr.
There's nothing wrong with Tinder.
No. I think Tinder's making a re-emergence.
Oh yeah, in gay world, Tinder's everything.
Really? I heard Grindr was everything.
Try Hinge.
It's for different.
Oh, for different. Sorry.
Different
My friends are
issues.
disgusting.
No, we all have them all. But
I think, do you remember like before you do anything, you're so scared? And I think she doesn't have intimacy issues. I think she's just scared.
Yeah.
And she needs to like
Just get it done.
It sounds like she literally was like, I have tons of guys who like me and they're not pursuing you. And it's because I think they sense your fear and their energy.
Why doesn't she pursue them?
Yeah.
How about that?
I think this is what you do. You text one of the guys you kind of like and you say, let's get a drink. And that's enough to show him that you're interested.
Yeah.
Then when you're getting a drink, do a little, like touch him on his shoulder, touch him on his leg, like have a fun, show him you're engaging without like assaulting him. And then, yeah, like she needs to put herself out there a little and it's just out of fear. And once she does it, she'll be like, oh wow, sex isn't that good anyway. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. First time it's going to be bad. I'm just letting you know it's going to be bad.
But it's not that bad. Just, it's okay.
It'll be blood.
Don't worry about Not necessarily, but
There could be. You're powerless.
oh gosh. Okay, Jack, do you want to read the last one?
okay. Hey, Amy and Jack, and whatever guest is on. Last year, I met a girl off of Instagram. She was perfect, and we really vibed. Okay, not true. I bet
Love.
no one's perfect. Love doesn't exist.
No one
I'm being
vibes.
Amy right now. I can't tell. We would text all day and then talk on the phone or FaceTime every night for hours.
OMG.
Whoa. We lived in different states, but we were really feeling each other. So after a week, we started talking about flying to see each other. Then all of a sudden, after
Honestly, reading's hard.
it's really hard.
That's what I learned from this podcast.
Then all of a sudden, after 3 weeks of talking obsessively, she told me she wanted to stop talking out. I'm losing my mind. I'm a little bit sick right now. Then all of a sudden, after 3 weeks of talking obsessively, she told me that she wanted to stop talking out of the blue because she said she needed to stop focusing on others and focus on herself.
Whoa.
Just had to get that one out.
Yeah.
I didn't fight it and said, okay, good luck with your life. Then a week later, she started dating someone else. Why would she do that? She invested so much time. It boggles my mind why she led me on. She wasted both of our time. Plus the bogus reason why she wanted to stop talking. Please give me some closure or some clarity or opinions. Thanks, Amy and Jack. Love you guys and faithfully listen every Tuesday.
I think that she was lying to you. I think that she was seeing someone else as well and liked them more. And so she wanted to be with them.
Yeah.
And also they probably lived in her state,
That's what I was going to say.
which honestly, you need not date someone from a different state.
Having never met them.
Yeah. Also, I assume that you are under 18. And how are you going to get money to fly back and forth to different states?
Well, we don't know that. But yeah, I mean, Shan Booty always says the biggest thing for a relationship is proximity. You guys are too far away. Oh my God, we're like totally not on this person's side. I'm sorry.
No, we are on this
No,
person's
we're helping her
side.
get through it. We're
Yeah.
saying, forget about that bullshit. And also,
Said clarity.
that girl was
You're right.
scared to tell her the truth and she didn't want to feel bad about it.
Yeah, and she probably didn't want to make you feel bad too.
Yeah. And it's good riddance. If it was meant to be, it would have worked out and didn't.
You're powerless.
You're powerless.
Sorry.
You're literally powerless. Fuck
I
that.
mean, it's true.
And also, nothing's like a waste of time. I think you learn everything from every exchange. Even if you
Totally.
learn like that the world has shitty people, or you learn that like
You shouldn't be dating someone a state away who you've never met.
yeah. Ugh. Yeah. Don't do that stuff.
No, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
because
like,
you're
Never
also it's
ends
more the
well.
idea of them. The idea of them is always like so iconic and way
it's
better.
easy to
than it
text
is.
and be cool via
So
text.
easy.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you
God.
can think of everything.
Yeah, you can
ahead of
ask a
time.
friend. Yeah. No, it's easy.
Yeah.
So you might have not even been dating her,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. So thanks for being on.
Thank you so much
The
for having me.
Thanks,
This is so
Hannah.
fun.
Yeah. So we usually get the guest to say a haiku. which is a poem, 5 syllables, 7, and then 5 again. So we want yours to be about being on Bravo because I want to be on Bravo.
Oh, wait, this is like difficult. Okay.
I can help you if you want.
Okay.
Literally every week, I'm like, let me do that.
Wait, so it's about being on Bravo.
Yeah.
Wait, that was 6.
Well, you
okay.
can like spill over into the next one and then do like 6.
Okay. I pee in hot tubs.
Oh.
Yeah.
And get paid for it, so I'm very lucky and drunk.
That was 6, but it's okay.
Very good.
Okay, now promo your tour. One more
Oh
time.
yeah, go to hannahberner.com to see me do my stand-up and shit. I'm in San Francisco. I think I might have, if this comes out later, but I am going to be in San Francisco, just humble brag. Texas, Connecticut, New Jersey, Madison, Wisconsin, Tampa, Florida. I'm coming. Follow me on Instagram at Being Burns. And my podcast, Burning in Hell. Listen to Amy's episode. It's amazing.
Because I will burn in hell. Thanks for listening. I'm Amy Oddman.
I'm Jack Dodge.
And this is Dating Straight. See you next Tuesday.
Broken-hearted lovers.